This is San Lucas Church. This is where we did the workshops for Stories on the West Side. It's a soup kitchen here. Twice a week, she feeds the community, and it has a lot of services for people that are disadvantaged in the community.
So I am talking on behalf of San Lucas and the story here. The story is that this neighborhood is gentrified, where the poor are being pushed out. The building next door, there used to be a building there with about 20 families that lived there. They got pushed out, the building got torn down, and now they're building condos. So Levan Hill lived there, black man, quiet man, never bothered anybody, and so he was told to move. And it was hard for him to get housing here in Chicago and in this community. So come to find out that I heard that Mr. Levan Hill was found with all his stuff in his car, and he froze. He died of just being in a cold car. If anybody is familiar with San Lucas, we have like 10 tents across the street. These guys come here every day, Monday through Friday. They live in those tents, and one of the regulars, I hadn't seen him for a couple of days, and he told me that the cold weather that we had last week, he froze. The ambulance came, his heart stopped, so he was in the hospital for 5 days. But he's back again at the tents, living there. This is what we see here, and they're not old people like some people think they're old. These are young men. There's no housing in this community, and they live in tents. And to see what's going on, it hurts, because that shouldn't happen. This is America.
In the 1950s, what happened was that the Puerto Ricans were getting, some of the areas where they were living in other parts of the city were getting gentrified to the east and to the north, and they sort of got pushed over in this area. And then you had a lot of Puerto Ricans migrating here. A lot of them worked for the steel plants, which is why those big flags on Division Street are made out of steel. It's sort of symbolic of that. Then you had the Division Street riots in 1966, and then in the 70s you had the Humboldt Park riots. And those are two really significant events that were sort of kind of the equivalency of a George Floyd moments for the Puerto Rican community, which then created an annual tradition of the Puerto Rican festivities and respect for that and the culture.
So you guys could remember, it's this guy named Carmen Ruiz, who came here like in the early 1950s, right? Caribe has an interesting story, because Caribe comes from the migration story to New York, how he ends up in Chicago. Now, Caribe was a nightclub dance performer, and he used to perform with the Cape. He used to do dancing, and he would perform with the Cape in the nightclubs that he performed in New York. Caribe not only came, he actually founded the first civic organization in Chicago called the Puerto Rican Congress in 1952. And at the beginning, they actually had baseball teams, and they played in the National Amateur Championship. And then later on, he actually broke away from the baseball and started doing the thing with the band. All the Justicia and all the bands, and a lot of these connected to not only the music, but the dancing, and but just part of that story. So I just wanted to share that.
And now, of course, they say that the Puerto Rican population in Humboldt Park is down to 19%. So a lot of them can no longer stay here because this is getting kind of developed again. It's going through another phase.